Okay, this is just going to be a short video on how I made the treads for the Space Patrol tank out of flexible TPU material. This is a couple of the reject ones, but basically when you're 3D printing, FDM printing, this is the filament I'm using. It's fairly flexible. There's some out there that's even more flexible. I just didn't have any of that, so I used what I had. It's TPU in black, which was good for this particular job. When I started, I designed it like the original tread that was on the toy, in a straight line, like this. And it actually prints vertically in a straight line. Let me rotate this so you can see better. Actually prints, flat on the bed like that. These 45-degree angles aren't a problem because that you can do up to 45 degrees without support material. So I was able to print that. This is the back side. Those wedges are what keep the tread lined up on the pulley wheels, and these are the traction grips on the outside of it. Once I made that, I realized it was I only did it that way because that's the way the original part was. I went, this is stupid. I have to join this thing back together with a metal clip, and the only clip I've got is one that's damaged and broken, and I need to leave on the original part. So I went ahead and printed one to fit around to get the actual length that was going to be required to hit both wheels. Took that information, of course, with a little bit of math. You can take your length and work in pi, and you can come up with the proper diameter. So let's see, where is my proper diameter? Here we go. So then I relayed everything out as an actual circle, so it would print without the need for any sort of metal support. So you can see these are the parts that are inside that keep it centered, and here's the outside parts. And that becomes a much smaller part to print on your printer. Before, it almost was going from one side of the bed to the other, so now it becomes much smaller. And again, printing it vertically like that is best for strength because the layers go around this way, so it isn't going to break by pulling on it. And I had to do, I guess I did about four different prints on this before I got one that fit tight enough that it didn't slip, but not so tight that it would jam everything up. And that's one of the nice things about dealing with a CAD file like this once you have it, is I could just change the whole thing by a percentage or two. I'd go, well, make it 2% bigger, or make it 1% smaller, or whatever it was. I could always adjust the Z height to keep it, in this case it's 11 millimeters, to keep that the same, but by changing the other one I could get the fit for the toy just right. And that's how I did it. So if you ever have to make treads for something, you get out your micrometer and you mic the heck out of the part that you're trying to copy, and lay it up in your favorite CAD type program. For me, it's Design Spark Mechanical. That's what we're looking at here, Design Spark Mechanical. For a lot of other people, it's some of the newer ones that are out there. Design Spark Mechanical has been around longer. They're an industry leader. They go under different names and everything, but the free version that you can get and use at no cost, you don't even have to be a student or any of that bull, is just called Design Spark Mechanical. So if you want to get into 3D CAD design just to see if you can figure it out, I'd say download Design Spark Mechanical. There's also tons and tons of videos on YouTube on how to do it. So if you were trying to do one specific thing, and if you're like me, you forget how to do that one specific thing, you can find a video that will tell you how to do it and get you back on track to making things like tank treads for vintage toys.